All right, guys, we're doing a pretty unique podcast tonight. Corey brought in a guest for us tonight.
Is that the
Let me.
unique part? Did I bring in a
Yeah,
guest?
you brought someone interesting. That's the unique part. So
Yeah.
normally, we talk conspiracy theories and a bunch of other stuff. Me and Corey were talking the other day, and our best demographic on the YouTube channel is guns and cars. And I asked Corey, we need to explore guns and cars. So he goes, I know a guy. And now we have a guy.
Yeah. So Paul is my neighbor. He moved in last summer-ish. And the first time I really met him is when he started up his junior drags. And I was like, I got to go meet this guy. So I walked over and I've been walking over since. Hanging out and with Paul. And Paul has got a landscaping business, and he's got a pretty good story behind his name and what he does. And he's a good guy. Yeah. So
well,
this is Paul.
If a pastor vouches for you, man, you got a hard bar.
Wait a minute, Corey, you're a pastor?
I hold that title too.
I also hold that title.
Nice. Do you hold the title of chaplain?
No. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm a minister, ordained.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So am I. I'm board certified. Yeah.
Let's go.
I've been kicked out of 2 weddings.
It's a new business idea.
Yeah.
Dude, I officiated my first wedding within 48 hours of getting ordained.
It takes 3 to 6 seconds to be ordained online.
Yes. And it costs $40.
I'm an ordained minister, and I think about it. I'm ordained minister in the Church of Dude.
The Church of Do or Dude?
Dude.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You know the Big Lebowski?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the dude.
Funny.
Yeah. So we made the Church of Dude.
That's pretty funny. That'd be a good name for a podcast. The Church of Dude.
There you go. Church of Dude.
Dude.
We do.
Right on.
So you'd be amazed how many people I meet where the starting point of the conversation is, this is my buddy Paul. I met him through racing or race cars or some sort of vehicle or a junior or a street bike or whatever.
Yeah. And then you also have to and this is my buddy Paul, my best friend Paul. So you're like, which Paul? Aren't you Paul?
Because there's 2 Pauls, and then now Corey has been sucked into it, and we're taking off to Ennis. I don't know third week of
Second week of April.
Second week of April to Ennis for Funny Car Chaos, which we're excited about. Me and my buddy Paul have a top dragster. It's a Spitzer car with a big block Chevy and a massive blower and alcohol, so it's a good time.
Oh, you burn alcohol in that car?
Yeah, methanol. It's got a 1471 high helix blower on it, Oliver rods. It's got some very expensive parts in it for sure.
So if you ever figure out a place to spend money, or if you don't have a place to spend money, your car will definitely help you.
Yeah, well, drag racing is the quickest way to go broke.
Yep.
I think any kind of racing is the fastest way to go broke.
Yeah, I guess it depends on what you get into. I mean, obviously with dirt cars and stuff like that, there's more wrecks and you got to replace more stuff. Drag racing, there's not as many wrecks, but you're going faster than most other motorsports. I've done
some SCCA. SCCA is a lot of fun. The parking lot racing and stuff.
Yeah, I've been around a road course in an older Corvette. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. I was only like 13 or 14, but that was a good time.
Yeah, I have my WRX. Yeah. That's originally why I bought it, is to do road racing. And my uncle, he has a Miata that he modified to do hill climbs, and then he also races a Corvette to do hill climbing with SCCA.
Yeah, they got a whole club of Miatas down here that they take out to San Diego Motorsports Park. Like every Saturday, they have like a track day or track attack where you can go, buy 5 laps and take your Mustang or whatever out there. But there's usually some pretty cool cars out there, Formula Fords and stuff. That's all right. I like that.
And then Last year, me and my wife, we went to the 24 Hours of Daytona. That was a blast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Le Mans cars are pretty cool. I've always wanted to do the one out there in France. What's it called? Le Mans?
Le Mans. Le Mans.
Yeah, Le Mans, and the Nürburgring in Germany, the longest track in the world. That sounds like fun.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, it's the IMSA. IMSA. It's like they used to call it American Le Mans. Now it's IMSA. Got bought up by the NASCAR.
Yeah, they got like the GT2 cars and the GT3 cars and all that, like the Porsches and the Ferraris and stuff.
Yeah, they run 3 different divisions now. They run GT. The GT cars were basically GT3s. Then they have the LM2s, which they also run in the World Endurance Challenge, which is what does the Le Mans. And then they have what they call prototypes. They run the Cadillac, Porsche.
The streamlined looking ones. They kind of look like F1 cars, but not really.
They're faster than M1 cars.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
those cars are. I mean, they can hit 250, 260 in Le Mans going down that backstretch because it's got to be 10 miles long or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like 10 miles. I think it's like 7 to 10 miles. They actually had to put a little kick out in it to make them slow down in the middle.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of Grand Theft Auto, and that always got me. I'd always slide right into that turn and just smoke the wall every time because I was coming in too hot.
So how'd you get into it?
Drag racing?
Yeah.
Just like anybody. I mean, I was really born into it. My dad worked at the same track here in Albuquerque for, 50 years. My mother worked in the tower on the computer when she was pregnant with me. So yeah, I've been
really
going out there my whole life. And up until I was 22 or 23, the only track I had ever been to was Albuquerque. I'd never been to any other track ever.
Is that is that the track on top of the hill?
Yeah,
up by the
on
Air
top of
Force
Mesa
Base?
del Sol. Yeah, it's been there for 62 years now, 63, something like that. Yeah, it's been there for a long time.
The place I go out to is was it Zia Gun Range right next door to it?
Yeah. Actually, it's funny. The guy who used to own the track, Bob, when I was younger, from the time I was probably like 11 to 14 or 15, I went out to the track every day and worked with him. And we'd be out there and we'd just hear guns, bullets whizzing by. He'd be out on the tractor, like mowing weeds or something down towards the end of the track, and you could hear bullets whizzing. He's like, "Oh, I just heard a bullet whiz by my head." I was like, "I don't think so." But yeah, I mean, we hear them all the time. We sleep out at the track and we can hear them shooting the guns off, during the day or whatever.
I was there in November doing the Action Pistol Challenge up there with my dad for Thanksgiving. That was badass. We had a blast up there. And then, the problem I have is car racing is expensive. So are guns.
Yeah.
So, but guns are easier to keep in the house. So,
yeah.
So you're saying it takes up less space?
Yeah, I mean, if I could bring my race car in the house with me, I probably would. I'm just saying.
What was it?
Cody just needs to build a bigger house, right?
Yeah.
My dream, Adam Carolla he does historic racing with all the Paul Newman cars. Yeah. And he actually built a way to get his cars into his garage. It had a lift the car up into his living room.
Yeah. I've seen a couple houses that have that type. They have lifts in them and stuff. It's funny you mentioned Paul Newman. My aunt and uncle used to live out in Yucaipa, California. And my uncle had 2 of Paul Newman's Z's. Just sitting on the side of the house. He never fixed them. I mean, he passed away a couple years ago, but yeah, Uncle Byron had 2 of Paul Newman's Z's. His Z cars from back in the 70s and 80s.
Datsuns?
Yeah,
look at
he had 2 of those,
Paul
and he had a
Newman
couple
right there.
Yeah, but he never did anything with it. As far as I know, they rotted. They've been sitting there for years. But
the
story goes,
those cars are worth?
I can only imagine.
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah. See, I don't know if they were. I don't think they were ever in like race cars or anything like that. I think they just belonged to him. Maybe they were just personal cars of theirs or something. But stories get miscued over the years. So who knows? Maybe it was his. Maybe it was his. Maybe it wasn't. But
I think what's his name? Adam Carolla has a real like fascination with Paul Newman, and he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars collecting his cars, his race cars and stuff. So, I mean, there might be a market out there for a guy looking for an old Z. So,
I mean, Z's are pretty popular here in Albuquerque. You know, you don't see them very often, and when you do, who was doing that Z? Somebody was doing an LS swap Z not too long ago here in Albuquerque. That's what they're doing with them now, is LS swapping them or putting two JZs in them.
I like those originals, the 70s. They had that straight 6 in there. That just sounds fantastic.
Yeah, my dad had a 70. It was like a 74 or 75 280Z with the Italian racing wheels on it. He gave it to my sister. She crashed it, but it was it was a nice car.
Yeah. So she crashed it?
Yeah, I have pictures of it downstairs actually, and the trophies. My dad used to race it in the trophy class out at Albuquerque Dragway, and he's a couple trophies that he won, which was cool. I've got some old memorabilia.
Yeah, I wanted to name my daughter Shelby. My wife said no because
I mean pets and all that. I used to know a guy that named his daughter Hemi, and I was like, that's crazy to me. I mean, Shelby's a cool name, but Hemi, Chevy. My friend Chris named his kid Chevy. I'm like, dude, come on, bro.
Well, I got to name my daughter Kylie.
That's a cool name.
My wife was pretty cool. Yeah, but it's she's named after Chris Kyle, the American sniper.
Yeah.
So when we found out we were having a girl, we tried to like turn the names into feminine names, and so you couldn't call her Chris because we have a Christy is my mother-in-law's name. So we went with Kyle. So I spelled it Kiley, the male. So it's Kyle Lee instead of like the because I'm dyslexic.
That's all right. We're all dyslexic.
Yeah, we got stuff.
So I don't know if Corey told you, but I also do professional motorsports photography.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So
I got to keep some secrets.
Yeah, when we go to these chaos events, we're gonna run the car on Thursday, because we just had a bunch of work done to it, with our buddy Lee up in Oklahoma. But we're gonna put the car back in the trailer, Friday and Saturday, and then he's just gonna be able to watch and go up on the start line and, get his first taste of nitro, and it'll be cool.
That nitromethane is some good smelling stuff, man.
Yep. Told me he has to be on the starting line with 2 nitro funny cars go down the track. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
So you guys are what? So I'm not real familiar with NHRA. I mean, I've been to several of their events, but so where are you guys in the pecking order?
So I'm a real big advocate of not doing anything that has to do with NHRA.
Okay.
I'm not a big NHRA fan. They're all about their big show cars, the nitro funny cars and the top fuel dragsters and the pro stock cars. But when it comes to sportsman racers and, the bracket racer guys, the people that keep that place of business, they're not really too worried about, making sure they're taken care of. But, IHRA is doing what they're doing. They just spent $500 million buying racetracks all over the country. They just bought Atlanta Dragway, which has been closed for the last half a decade. They bought Memphis Dragway. Memphis has been closed for 10 years, 15 years, and they're in the process of doing millions of dollars of renovations to both of those tracks. And I guess it's $10,000 to win for top dragster at an IHRA event, and it's $2,500 at an NHRA event. So, I mean, there's people that love NHRA. I've been to quite a few NHRA events, but we're focused on Chaos, Midwest Drag Racing Series, stuff like that.
Is that where the Street Outlaws? I'm sorry.
Well, the Street Outlaws are unfortunately dead. That show is gone forever. I doubt it'll ever come back. The Street Outlaws just signed a deal with NHRA to do a 6 or 7 race schedule type deal, which is funny, because the NHRA sent out letters to all the people who are racing Street Outlaws and told them, if you continue to do this, we're going to ban you for life. and now they just made a deal with them for a TV deal or whatever. So I, never bite the hand that feeds you, I guess. I mean, if I was racing Street Outlaws making the kind of money that those guys were making per episode, and NHRA told me that, I'd tell NHRA to pound sand. You know what I mean? But now, because the show is dead, they obviously need NHRA in order to keep doing what they're doing. I mean, most of them are successful outside of Street Outlaws. A lot of them are running IHRA. A lot of them are doing cash day races and stuff like that.
So what are the different? So I'm not. I'm more of a street racing kind of guy. I like WRX, and so you got NHRA, and what division are you in?
So yeah, like I said, we don't. So I mean, there's lots of different sanctioning bodies: IHRA, NHRA, the Midwest Drag Racing Series, the PDRA. I mean, there's all kinds of different ones out there. But me and Paul are going to race with the Midwest Drag Racing Association. We're going to try to do a couple IHRA races, but most of that's back on the East Coast, and we just don't have the money to travel that far. And then we'll do a couple races here, a couple in Odessa, and then I think he said he wants to go to a couple NHRA divisionals, which if that's what he wants to do, why not? We'll go out there and have a little bit of fun.
Your car is a Warlord, right?
Yeah, Warlord Racing on Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, so if you want to see him race or
his
Paul race and stuff like that.
I'm not the driver. I just work on it and tune it and help work on it and
drop hundreds of $1,000s into their bank account so they can race more. Yeah. How's that, Paul?
Well, I mean, like I said, he picked that car up from the guy that owns Lubbock Dragway, brought it home, and it was literally just a body, a chassis, and wheels.
Yeah.
So we had to buy the motor and the blower and, I mean, all the electronics. We basically had to build the entire car, which is what we did. And we made a handful of passes, but we are not the best wiring people in the world. So we sent it to Oklahoma to Lee Ramey to have him work on it because he built the fuel system on it. And he's got a car it's same year. Pretty sure it's the same year. And it's got almost the exact same motor setup in it. So, naturally Lee was the guy that we were going to take it to. But we're supposed to pick it up in Ennis. Like I said, Corey's going to be with us. And we'll see what happens. Maybe we can't run a 390. It'd be nice.
Yeah, they're doing it all on their own.
Yeah.
They got their own jobs and they're doing this on spare time.
Well, if you guys ever need a bus driver,
they love
I have a CDL.
Well, see, and it's funny. Paul bought his mom calls it the monster bus because it's a holiday tradition or something like that. Corey's seen it. It's a diesel pusher. Yeah. It's pretty big. But Paul's like,
I was just kidding.
Yeah, no. He tells me, he says, Paul, you got to learn how to drive it. I said, I don't want to. And he said, no, you need to learn how to drive it. And I was like, I really don't want to drive that thing. So we went to Odessa where did we go? Yeah, we went to Roswell or Odessa for one of the races. I think it was Chaos. My wife was with us. And so I left the track in Odessa and drove to the gas station. I was like, nah, dude, I don't want nothing to do with this. It's really sketchy. Like, I just don't like it. And he's like, you're going to learn to, like, before we get back to Albuquerque, you are going to drive it again. So we get to Roswell. He's like, all right, Paul, jump in the driver's seat. And I'm like, all right, here we go. So I start driving and we get outside of Roswell, dude. And I had a massive panic attack. Like the bus started to sway left and right. So I'm on the brakes pulling over and I had a full blown panic attack. I drove that thing off the road into the weeds. Yeah. Then Paul was just like, brake. Yeah. So I got out of the RV. I didn't get back in for about 30 minutes, but yeah, I told him I'm never driving that thing again. I'm good.
My dad had a big old diesel pusher.
But yeah, that thing's, it's massive.
My dad had a big old diesel pusher. I used to drive it. I drove it all the way out here, actually. Out here we lived in California. We drove it out here. I was a commercial truck driver for 20 years. So I can handle big things.
So, you drove big wigs. They told me that it's normal for the steering wheel to move from here to here before the wheels start to turn. Is that true?
Well, on a diesel pusher, depending on where you're sitting, you're usually sitting in front of the wheels. So your aspect, it is different. That's pretty normal when you go around a turn.
I mean, that might be normal to you guys, but that's definitely not normal to me. It scared the crap out of me. I'm good.
Tighten that steering up. What's up with that?
What's funny is my dad was a commercial truck driver, and now he drives school buses. So, yeah, we're all like big trucks. Oh, the only thing he drives for now is for the NRA up at the Whittington Center. She goes and drives their school bus up there and drives kids around for the events up in the Whittington Center. You ever been up there to Raton?
Yeah, I mean, just passing through. I don't know,
Well,
on my way to Denver. But yeah, I mean, it's not a very big town.
They have the world's largest shooting range there.
Yeah, somebody was telling me that. I've never been there, but yeah, like I said, just going to Denver and stuff like that, we passed through there. But yeah, I've never actually like stopped.
Well, if you ever want to go up there,
but yeah,
I'm a member of that range. So if you want to go shooting, let me know. We'll go set it up.
I might have something that is it a long range?
It is whatever you want it to be.
Let's say I might have something
whatever you want it to
range.
be.
Yeah.
They have a 3 mile. They have a 3 mile range out there. You could set up to shoot out to 3 miles with a rifle.
I don't have anything to shoot that far, but I think
the range is always the range that is almost always open is the Buffalo range. That's 1,123 yards. So that was pretty cool. And the cool thing is they have these rails all set up where they have like different animals. So it's all metric. So like 200 meters, you can shoot off ducks and then cows and pigs and all that, all the way out to the buffalo.
Oh,
so take the 308 out there, set the distance, and send a bullet down range.
Bang. Yeah. Yeah. We were, like I said, my dad's buddy, John, he's got 308s and, all that crazy stuff. I've only got an AR-15 and 2 9mm, but.
Well, good thing you got the AR-15 today, because tomorrow it'll probably be illegal.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Something about they're trying to pass something.
SB-17,
yeah.
All gas operated firearms, 50 cals. Me and my friend Wendell have a FFL, so we're probably going to turn that in because we can't qualify for. We can't run the business the way they want us to because
don't get rid of it because it's going to be overturned, at least by the courts.
Well, yeah,
it's a waste of time and money. That's what it is. It's a waste of time and money. So
it's going to get overturned. Yeah, what they want to do is they want to put up. So everywhere you do points of business, you have to have it recorded 24 hours a day. And then during business hours, you have to keep that video for 2 years in case they need to do a criminal investigation or something. And then it bans all AR-15s, all high capacity magazines over 10 rounds. And then all 50 caliber ammunition can't be sold in the state of New Mexico, and all 50 caliber and higher rifles can't be sold for safety.
Yeah, but realistically, how many people are walking around with 50 cals?
Yeah, they're heavy.
We have one.
I mean, of the three of us here, I mean, I don't have one. I don't think Corey does. Do you have one?
Dude, I'm not that rich.
Do you know how many in the 250 years of the United States, do you know how many crimes have been committed with a 50 caliber rifle?
Probably less than 1%.
3.
So 0.0
3 crimes.
Yeah. So less than 0.01%. Yeah.
And they weren't even shot; they were present.
No.
So there's been 3 times when that caliber of gun has been present during a crime. So yeah.
So not even used, just present.
Just present. It wasn't used.
Well, unfortunately,
but it went into the crime statistic. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, luckily I mean, I'm sure you guys have computer screens. It's real easy to look up statistics and shit, or stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
So I took
my wife. No, we're past the 15-minute mark.
Okay, great, awesome.
I took my wife up to not Santa Fe, but Red River, and we were out in a couple other places up there. And this one guy had a shop, and he had a 50 cal. And I was like, "Oh, cool!" And so I put it in my wife's hands. She goes, "Man, this is heavy." Took a picture of her. She had the biggest grin on her face. I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to mess with this one. Not with this in her hands." Yeah.
Well,
she doesn't have all the bad habits that we do because she really hasn't shot guns. But yeah, I don't want to trust that one.
Yeah, that would make your butt pucker.
Yeah, I mean, I've shot a 50 cal. My friend Ryan shot a 50 cal. They're not. I mean, dirty hairy gun, big old barrel. Yeah, It was.
No,
I
this
mean,
is like 50 caliber like ball BMG ball
like a
machine
bit.
gun ammo. The big
Oh,
like
okay.
the ones that are like
Like the
yeah
ones my dad shot in the D Model Huey in Vietnam.
There you
yeah
go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah all
No,
that
I'm
fun
talking about it.
stuff.
I shot a Desert Eagle 50 cal.
Desert Eagle.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Dirty hairy gun.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, he likes guns. Yeah.
I can tell.
Yep. And also, he used to be rich.
He used to be
Not.
rich.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Now
are you
he's got
sure? Are you
married.
sure he
Got
was? Are you
kids.
sure he's not rich? He's just irresponsible.
Probably both.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
mean, I'm
Depends
not
on
rich.
who we're talking.
I'm very
If his wife's
irresponsible.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was fun. That was a fun trip. Yeah, I've seen that gun because how often do you get to pick one of those things up? Most of the time in the stores or whatever, they're like all hands off. But this guy was like, "Here you go."
Like that.
Yeah. No, the one he had was a revolver.
Oh, this is a
Yeah, the
Desert
one
Eagle though.
Yeah, the one that he had was a revolver.
Probably a Smith and Wesson.
Yeah,
Yeah, how
the
much this
barrel
thing
was.
weighs?
I don't know,
Have you
probably
ever
8 pounds.
7 and about 8 pounds.
God, it's 8 pounds, bro, for that gun he's got, bro.
Yeah.
You
Hey, what
couldn't
kind of
even
hole
lift
does
that.
that put in a person's leg?
Oh, about that big.
It would probably blow
About
somebody's
that.
leg off.
You had to bring that up.
Yeah, it would probably
No,
blow
no, no,
somebody's leg
no.
off.
Did you hear his response? Say it
You had to
again,
bring
Cody.
that up. Yeah,
Why'd you
that's
shoot
about a hole
somebody
about that big right there.
in your own leg?
Yeah.
I mean, my buddy Anthony did the same thing, bro. He had his gun in his holster and went through his knee
I
about
had this gun right here.
Yeah.
And I had it sitting in my lap. I was sitting in the front seat of a car on the cell phone, and we were out. The gun had a trigger problem; it wouldn't reset. So I was trying to figure it out. So I had it like this. I stuck the magazine in, and I went like that, and like that, and it slam fired, it hang fired and slammed. So I went like this and let it go, and it boom went off. It went down through my leg and out through the door.
Well, it's lucky that it didn't blow your leg off.
Well, this actually has a more effective round than the 50 cal. This is actually a 44 Magnum.
Okay.
It's the only semi-automatic gun that fires that round because it's a revolver round.
Yeah.
And the way it opens the slide real far, it can take a revolver round and pick it up and slam it in. So, yeah. Anyways, I should put that down. But
So we now know who the rich people are.
I used to be rich before I had kids and a wife.
And,
it's funny. I was poor before I had kids and a wife, and now, I mean, like I said, I'm not rich. I'm just super irresponsible. But
yeah,
I didn't have money when I was before, but now with my wife and my kids, I do have money. Kind of.
Well,
not really.
I would guess I was making about 100. I wasn't rich. I just didn't have anything to spend money on. So,
I got plenty of shit to spend money on.
So when I moved out here, I left I didn't have, I'm like everyone else that moves here from California. You go out and just go, oh my God, I can have all the guns that I've always wanted.
Yeah.
Because in California, you can't have any of that stuff. So I actually had the 50 cal before when I lived in California. So I brought the Desert Eagle, the 44 Magnum. I brought that out with me, and everything else. Well, yeah, I think that's the Glock and that I had. Everything else I bought here.
Well, I can definitely understand where you're coming from with California. I don't even like visiting California.
Oh, dude,
I like Oceanside. I like the ocean, and I don't like anything else.
Yeah.
I grew up in Central Coast, so I grew up in wine country, and it's beautiful. It's still one of the most beautiful places I've ever been, and I've been to 49 states. So
Slacker, come on, where's the others?
Yeah,
you know how hard it is.
Yeah.
No,
3 left.
49 states.
Wait, no, there's 50. How many states are there? 50? Yeah, there's 50 states.
So if I've been to 49, that would leave
he
one
only
left.
has one more. You're right.
Hawaii.
Math wasn't my best subject.
It's Hawaii, right?
World history.
Yeah, I haven't been to Hawaii.
Because you can't drive a truck there.
Yeah, it's really hard to drive there. They haven't built that bridge yet.
Oh, you have to drive through Canada to get to Alaska, huh?
I've been in. I've driven in.
I've never been to Alaska either.
Yeah, I lived in Alaska. Alaska's pretty nice. I actually lived there for a while.
Can you drive to Alaska from the United States?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
you-
Alaska Canadian Highway. Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have
Straight
to go
up.
through Canada to get there.
No, you do.
Oh. So you can't
You
get
can
to
take a
Alaska without
ferry
going
and
through
not
Canada.
have to. No, well, you can take a ferry and take it from Seattle up to Valdez or well, you can come in at Homer. There's a couple places you can get dropped off at.
Okay, yeah.
Alaska has the only-
visit.
Alaska's
I've
the
only
only state
visited,
capital you can't drive to. And,
Yeah.
Was it Juneau? You can't drive to Juneau. So they have a capital you cannot drive to.
Do you have to fly to it or what?
You can take a boat or you can take a plane, but you can't take a car. So all the cars they have in that town have been brought in on boats. It was pretty cool. I've never been to Juneau, but
Kids
but
are
no,
annoying.
so I've been in 49 states, one territory of Canada, 3 provinces of Canada, and 2 states of Mexico. So, yeah, I've been a couple places. Unlike that Johnny Cash song, I've been everywhere. So, when you guys go over to Dallas, you're gonna be at Fort. Are you gonna be in Fort? Was it Fort Worth or Dallas when you go racing?
Well, we'll be in Ennis. It's a suburb of Dallas, but yeah, I mean, Dallas, Fort Worth, Ennis, Waxahachie, they're all one
It's one
big
huge
giant
city.
metropolitan area. Yeah.
Yeah. And it goes south from
But I was
Fort
telling
Worth, too.
Corey there's a Buc-ee's about 15 minutes from the track, so that's a mandatory
Buc-ee's,
stop.
yeah.
Well, so when you go out
Pussies.
to Amarillo and take the 87 and go straight down in there, or no, is it 287?
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah. Well, that's usually what we do is go up toward like through Denton and stuff like that. But if we go that way, we'll actually be able to stop at 3 Buc-ee's because there's one in Amarillo, there's one in Denton, and there's one in Ennis. So
There's
you'll
one
get
in
that.
Denton now too.
Yeah. Well, it's out.
Man.
It's right next door to the Texas Motor Speedway.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
so
so
it's yeah.
Yeah, in between
Okay.
Fort Worth or Arlington or whatever it is.
What frustrates me is I used to drive to Amarillo at least 2 or 3 times a week to deliver
Yeah.
cement out there. And then I helped them I brought the cement in so they could pour all the concrete for the Buc-ee's, but I've
Yeah.
never been to it. They opened it before I could I stopped driving before they opened it. So I've never been
Well,
there.
it's definitely not the largest Buc-ee's I've ever been to. But it's pretty decent. The biggest one I've ever been to is the one in Daytona Beach, Florida. That one's massive.
I've been
the one
there.
in-
That one's pretty
the-
cool.
The one in Houston's big. Where else? What other I mean, yeah, I've been to quite a few of them. I know there's one in Colorado. They're supposed to be building one in Albuquerque right down the street from the house. I think in 2027 or 2028 is what I hear.
They're gonna build one in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Be the only Buc-ee's that has a full-time security staff.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
mess
like
with
every
Steve
other
with-
place.
sizes up. Yeah, I mean, they're massive. They're huge.
Mm-hmm.
They're so
I know they got
ridiculously
one in
big, it's not even
Loveland
funny.
now. Yeah,
In
Loveland,
Colorado, yeah. They were supposed to build one in between Denver and Colorado Springs, but I guess they just nixed that one. They canceled the project or something. I don't know what that's all about. But I do like going to Buc-ee's.
They're
It's nice.
lost. I'm excited about hitting Buc-ee's because I haven't been there yet.
You've never been to a Buc-ee's?
Yeah.
Nope. Never
You know
been
what
to a
pissed me
Buc-ee's.
off is you. I driven probably past
Turn
about
the sound
15,
off. Sorry.
about 15 or 20 Buc-ee's, but you can't take semi trucks into them. So I've seen a whole bunch of them, but you can't drive into them with a semi truck. They don't let trucks in.
I think the one in Daytona Beach, Florida, had semi truck lanes, and I think the one in Amarillo does too.
Yeah, but the one in Daytona Beach, they have an access road behind it you can park on, but you can't actually go on property.
Yeah.
I was just at that one last January. The one in Daytona Beach. I'm like, this is awesome. When we were driving back from Disney, my wife was pregnant in 22 when we went out to Disney World. So we had to drive her out there because she couldn't fly. And we drove out to Disney World and came back, and I spent more money at the Buc-ee's in Houston than I did at Disney World.
Yeah. We went to the Buc-ee's in Houston before we went on our cruise in Galveston. And I spent like $150, $200 in there on snacks. And that's what we snacked on while we were on the cruise ship for a week, was Buc-ee's.
Those nuts they make
beaver
are
nuggets.
fantastic. Though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like the beaver nuggets.
Yeah.
Frank gave me one of those, a bag of that, and I was like, I like these nuts.
Yeah. That's funny. That's what Hillary was asking for. She's like, if you stop at Buc-ee's, I want the nuts. And I said, okay, I'll get you those nuts.
Yeah.
I'll get you these nuts.
Yeah, these nuts.
No, yeah, it's cool. I was when he told me he was going to go out there and do drag race, I'm like, you son of a bitch, man. You don't even know anything about cars. How do you get to go?
Oh, he's gonna get a crash course in drag racing. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Hopefully not a litter crash course.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
no,
like a
no,
big
no,
ball of
yeah, no,
flame.
no, we don't crash. No, we're very safe. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, we're very safe.
That's what you say now.
Yeah.
What's funny is one of my what was funny is that I used to have a hat that said Ford Racing on it, and when the first digital cameras came out in like the early 2000s, I got one, and I remember we were out in Fontana, not Fontana. We were in near Fresno. There's a speedway out there, a drag strip.
Famoso.
And
Famoso.
Yeah, Famosa Speedway. Yeah. So we went out to Famosa, and then our fun thing was we take this camera and convince the girls that we were part of Ford Racing magazine.
Yeah.
and we get them to pose for us. Took a whole bunch of pictures of random girls. And the thing that was funny is these guys would be in the background because they would want you to pose on their car, and they're like, come on, man, show more cleavage, bend over. Come on, really get in there. Show this car off. And then we figured out if you want to get a girl's picture when you're at a racetrack, you don't ask the girl, you ask the guy.
Why is that?
We lost Paul. Well, because if you ask the girl, she'll say no. The guy will encourage her to do it because he wants to have his car taken a picture of. Because it's a racing magazine. Yeah. So that was fun. I used to have a blast at the raceways.
Nothing like. Yeah, I've had a few photos published in various magazines, but nothing too crazy. I guess the biggest one you'd want to get your picture right now is Drag Illustrated.
Well, you have to define what is too crazy. What is too crazy?
Yeah.
What does that look like to you? You said you had nothing.
As far as the magazine, I mean, I've been
yeah.
I've been at Popular Hot Rodding, the New Mexico Motorsports Report, the Southeast Gassers magazine. I didn't even know that was a thing, and then somebody sent me a copy of it. It was like, "Hey, look, you got like 3 photos in here." So, local.
I guess you didn't get paid royalties on the photo then.
No, you know what? I've been paid for a few of my photos, and I have some of my photos are in. Jim Maroney drives a Top Fuel dragster. I know one of my photos is in his office. A lot of my like personal friends and stuff like that. I mean, I've sold some photos, not a lot. But my friend Lyle Greenberg sold a set of photos from Vegas. The funny car went down the track, pulled a wheel stand, and as he pulled the wheel stand, the back of the body came up, and he went down the track with the front wheels and the back of the body up, and Lyle got the entire sequence, and they gave him like $8,000 for those 6 photos. I was like, geez, that's crazy.
Must be nice.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think it's pretty cool photos that people have used a lot, for whatever reason, but to get paid that much money for a photo is crazy.
Yeah. Sounds like you love it. You like taking the pictures.
I don't even do it for the money. I do it because it relaxes me, and I get to stand on the side of the racetrack and, take pictures and drink beer.
There it is.
Yeah. It's a great way to relax.
Drink beer? There's beer at racetracks?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I already told Corey. I said it's on. Oh shit, is that I'm on a podcast.
I know.
Everybody wants to be in now. Shoot. You made that place
You're
popular.
famous, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's one of the junior kids from the track. Are you staying or are you going?
I'm going. I just wanted to say hi.
Oh.
You know what I should do is I should see about. My friend's really into. My friend Andy's really into drag racing, like really hardcore into drag racing. He lives over in Phoenix, and we bought a. We went out to Nashville. 2 years ago? So you could pick up a Chevy Love. I think it's a '79 Chevy Love. They stuffed LS3 V8 in. We stuffed an LS3 V8 in, and we. So he does a lot of street racing.
The Chevy Loves are quite popular. They're super popular with all the street guys and the no prep guys. There's a few of them. I think there's one of them. I think the name of it's called Your Mom or something like that. Yeah, they have wild names for some of these cars that race, no prep and all that stuff. Your Mom and the Bad Bitch and all this other. It's just some funny names. The Mistress, Snot Rocket. One of them is called the Coon.
Yeah, it's not Rocket.
Yeah.
Well, this thing is nuts. It has that LS3. It has an LS3 V8 in it. And it probably has 400 horsepower and a little Chevy Love, and it is just nuts.
Yeah, like little trucks. Actually, that guy I was telling you, Bob, he built a Chevy Love for his son, Mike LeBate. Built it for him in high school, and that was probably in the 80s. And Mike still has that truck to this day. His kid races it now. It's been through 3 generations of people. There's a little Bert and Ernie sticking out of the sunroof. My entire childhood, and that Bert and Ernie's still there out of the sunroof. They're all weather tatted. And, they're just, Bert and Ernie aren't doing so well nowadays, but yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you how long I've been out of the track here in Albuquerque. Been my whole life, 38, 39.
So you've lived here
41 years. So I've lived here. I'll be 41 on March 14th. And I've been here the entire time. I lived in Rio Rancho for like a year. Other than that, I've lived in Albuquerque.
So I'm older than you, man. Yeah, I feel real old. Damn.
Yeah. I think Corey's younger than me, though, aren't you, Corey?
Yeah,
No.
totally younger than you.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Look at him. He's beautiful.
Yeah.
What are you like? You're like 48? Something like that?
Who, me?
Corey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 48.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're 5 years older than me.
Yeah. This year, 49. Next year, I got to do something fun for my 50th.
Hey, you were there for my 40th birthday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We could throw a bash like that. Yeah, you remember?
Oh, I do. You don't.
Yeah. Nope, I sure don't.
Nope.
Absolutely not. I don't remember anything. Nothing. I remember the party getting started, and then that's when I stopped remembering.
Yeah, the food
I don't
was
remember
great
when he
too.
showed up. Yeah, my wife doesn't remember anything at all. Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah.
Well, you remember all the things she promised you, though, right? She promised you. You remember all those things.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
Oh, here it is.
For sure. Yeah,
I
we
was told
partied
what
till
Paul's favorite drink was, and so I brought it, and he goes, "No way, how'd you know?" Well, you told me.
Yeah. Like
what
I said,
what's your favorite drink?
Tequila,
favorite
Patron. Patron, yeah, tequila, Patron.
Silver.
silver, whatever. If as long as it's Patron, I don't care. Or Don Julio. Yeah. But I don't like to go too crazy on it because I get really bad hangovers. And as a matter of fact, I went to the drag strip the next day after that. And every time I bent over to work on the Junior, I got dizzy and almost fell over. I told Josh I had to go home. I was like, I can't be here anymore, Doug. It's 90 degrees outside. I'm good.
Yep.
Yeah, that was not fun.
So I like Knob Creek. It's my I like bourbons.
Yeah, my wife's the bourbon. And, well, that's her and Corey like to share bourbons. Yeah, my wife's the big bourbon drinker.
Yeah.
It's funny when we go to a restaurant, I'll order like a Michelob Ultra or something, and then she'll order that. You know, what do they call them? With the whiskey and the orange. What the heck is it called? A Manhattan.
Oh,
and they'll set the Manhattan down in front of me and give her and they'll see us switch it. And I'm like, no, this one's mine. Yeah. See, I'm not a big whiskey guy.
Well, I wasn't either. My brother went out to Kentucky. They go out. Him and his friends go hunting out there. His battle buddies from the Army.
Yeah.
And he brought me back a bottle of he brought back about 5 different bottles. They went on the whiskey tour or the bourbon tour out there.
Yeah.
And oh man, we sampled. I got some Buffalo Trace up in the cabinet now. But if I go and order and I'm gonna pay for something, I'll get the Knob Creek. I really like Knob Creek. It's like butter on the lips, man. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, that's what my wife says. Yeah, it's good. I mean, like I said, every whiskey she gets, I'll try. You know, I can taste all the stuff in it, but it's just
Well, the cool thing about whiskey is the bourbon is a sipping whiskey, so you're supposed to like consume it slowly. And the stuff we have is like 120 proof, 100. I think it's like 120 proof, so it's like 80% alcohol by volume, so it'll mess you up pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm not. The hangovers are way too bad. Yeah, I'm good. Especially if I got to go work the next morning or something.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to stop before you get to the point where you're going to have a hangover, man.
Yeah, I don't. There is no stop. But yeah, I don't stop. I just go.
The bottom of the bottle.
I start smoking pot and I'll smoke it till I'm stupid. You know what I mean? Not really though. I just do. I don't even smoke flower. I just do like the dispos and stuff just because it's easy and you know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, me and Corey are pretty like square then, I guess. We don't really smoke or drink or anything.
Well,
we're probably...
I mean, I used to be a really bad drug addict. I've been clean and sober for 15 years, but I used to be a ridiculous drug addict. I was addicted to drugs for a long time.
Well, I was always told that if cocaine is God telling you have too much money.
Yeah. Well, I never did cocaine. I was a meth addict, but I mean, we used to do cocaine just to do it. We used to. I mean, every day shrooms, Molly. I never did heroin, but yeah, smoking pot.
I've actually never done any of that stuff.
Don't. It's not worth it. I mean, it was fun. I did some crazy shit back then, but it was, it was not worth.
The
way
I look at it is. You can ask Corey this, but Corey can answer this too, but my threshold on reality is pretty unstable as it is. I don't need to enhance it. So,
I mean, knowing back then what I know now, I probably wouldn't have, especially, just seeing what I could have actually became without doing, I mean, that's how I made my money back in the day, was making drugs, doing dumb shit, felonies, federal crimes that I could have gone to prison forever for. I've seen people die. Friends of mine are still in prison. Well, I mean, people that I used to know still in prison. They're never going to get out. So
that's cool. I
was one of the very few of the people that I ran around with for 10 plus years to make it out. But there are a few of us that I still talk to this day. You know what I mean? So I guess I'm lucky.
Yeah. So what was your, for lack of a better term, what was your come to Jesus moment? Why did you decide to stop?
Well, my son, he's 16. He just turned 16. He'll be 17 next year. I got clean 15 years ago to be 16 years this year. So about the time he was born, I was probably a lot of that, but I got busted in Arizona with, all the bad stuff, and I was facing 10 years. It was my first offense ever. But felonies and misdemeanors and drug charges, just not really where I wanted to be. But I ended up going on the run for a year. And then when I got caught, it was about a month after my stepmother died from cancer. And my dad had to face all of that by himself without me,
dude,
and
sucks.
come visit me in jail. And I was in there for a little bit over a month. I had a no bond hold. I couldn't even get out if I wanted to. He had to go bury her and do all that stuff by himself, and he was at home alone. And I think that was probably about the time I was like, it's time to quit messing around. But at the same time, had I had a stable place to go before that, I might have stopped in, because I was, already on the brink of doing something that, I probably couldn't come back from. But yeah, my dad and my kid.
That's
life,
cool, man.
Wanting more. Like I said, I did it for more than 10 years, and I've seen some shit, and I've done some shit, and I've watched some stuff, and I've been a part of some crazy things, and that just wasn't the life for me. But now I got 2 beautiful kids and a wife and a thriving business and race cars, and
Yeah, you also do landscaping. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I hated landscaping when I was a kid, and after I met my wife, I started working for Heads Up and local landscaping companies. And a friend of mine, Wayne McLeod, told me that called me. I was actually in Denver at one of the races up there at Vandermeer, and he called me and said, "Hey man, I got some landscaping equipment I want to give you. I want you to start your own business." And I was like, "I don't know about all that, bro. I'll talk to my wife." So I called him back a couple hours later. I said, "When I get back into town, I'll come see you." And that's how Two Brothers Landscaping was born. And yeah, best of the city almost every year, except for last year they didn't have a landscaping category. But if they had an award at the best of the city awards for landscaping, I was in it from the very get go. Cool. And like I said, I hated landscaping when I was younger. I hated it. My mom wanted me to go pull weeds or mow or whatever. I wanted nothing to do with it. And now, like I said, it's my niche. I'm pretty good at it, I guess.
Pretty daggone good at it.
Yeah. I mean, my front yard is the cleanest front yard in the entire neighborhood. There's no weeds.
Do you
need to have
maintenance?
My wife hire you for our house.
Yeah. Hey, bro, I got you, bro. Some food and beers. We'll get it done. Me and Ryan will be over there tomorrow morning.
There we go.
So do you do landscaping maintenance, or do you do what kind of landscaping is it?
I mean, we do pretty much all of it. We're more driven towards commercial landscaping now, just because it's guaranteed money. I don't, they sign a contract. Do
you install trees and do
sometimes?
Or do you
sometimes.
Maintenance and sprinklers and all that stuff?
We do more maintenance than anything else, but yeah, we do installs and stuff like that. Gravel, sod. We were the #1 sod installer in Albuquerque for 3 years in a row. In 3 years, we installed almost 80,000 square feet of sod.
Shoot.
Damn.
Yeah.
So now do they do so I worked in landscaping from the age of 14 till I was 21, 20. And I've probably laid 400 or 500 lawns. So did they do the big rolls here, or how do they do that?
No, they're 5 foot, 3 or 4 foot wide and 5 foot long.
Okay, so it's like the normal sod.
Yeah, no, I've never even seen a roll of sod like that, and I've been doing this for 10 years. I've seen them on TV and stuff, but I've never seen and people talk about them all the time. I think you can get them up in Edgewood, but I've never had a job that big to use something like that.
Well, yeah, there's not a lot of, the thing I thought was funny is my mom's like, well, you should go get a landscaping job here in New Mexico. And I go, well, I install lawns. I don't think that's a real big thing here. Installing lawns.
I mean, so 80,000 square feet in 3 years. That's a lot of lawns.
Well, that's a lot of lawns. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in California, everyone had to have a lawn and sprinklers and.
Well, a lot of people are going to Sinlawn now. AstroTurf is what most of these people want, but out in that New Mexico sun and that, you don't want to walk on it with your bare feet when it's 90 or 100 degrees outside, because it will burn. You'll get third degree burns, lickety split.
And they have their dogs go on it and to use the bathroom and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and they're
getting singed.
I pulled up some turf that's been down for a couple of years, and it smells absolutely horrendous. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the cool thing about grass is it feels great because of the water.
Well, the Parco, the guy's backyard, I was telling you about. The grass wasn't green, but sitting down when it was hot outside, we got to sit down. It was nice. We went over and played a little basketball in his back. He had a water fountain in the backyard. Yeah, like it's crazy, but it's funny. Landscaping in Albuquerque has made me not necessarily hate landscaping, but just seeing some of the stuff that I've seen when I'm landscaping. I used to work for the groundskeeper. I was on the city crew, and our job was to clean the freeway underpasses and where the Big I interchange is at, where all those front. That was our job, was to clean that, and then in the middle of the freeway. And some of the stuff that I found, I worked there for a year, and the things that I saw, and one of my crew leaders picked up a pile of leaves, and there was a syringe hanging out of his finger. Yeah, great bags. Yeah, just some. Yeah, the underbelly of this city is dark.
Yeah,
and if people, and I'm not saying they don't see it, but if they actually saw what I saw and saw what the people that I work with saw, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So that meaning you have a different point of view on what's going on in Albuquerque.
Right. Well, and I comment on Facebook all the time. ABQ Raw. Like I said, I'm friends with Greg Hall from Rio Rancho. And I know John Allen, and it's not just I'm not the type of person that's gonna tell somebody that I don't want to talk to them anymore because they have different political views or religious views or anything like that. You know what I mean? I'm not that type of person. I'm not the type of person that would stop talking to a family member and calling them a racist because they supported Trump or something like that. It's just not how I am. I've got friends that are Democrats and I've got friends that are Republicans. Most of my friends are, we try not to talk about politics, but sometimes we do. And, it's never really, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I never want to see you again. So I'm lucky to have friends that are like that. But seeing the things that I've seen, these people, they think that I'm full of shit or, you're just MAGA or whatever. And I'm like, dude, this place really is, it's pretty fucking dirty. It's pretty gross.
The thing that blew me away is living in California, I thought there was some corrupt shit going on out there with politics out there. And then I came to New Mexico, and this is a whole different ballgame out here. Like some of the projects we've worked on, it's like I found out why New Mexico doesn't have concrete highways. They should really have concrete highways because of the sand geography of the highways out here. And I go, why don't you guys just put on some concrete highways? So that way, you're not repaving this shit every 5 years. And they're like, well, then my uncle won't have, what's he going to do for work? So I'm like, you guys will spend millions and millions and millions of dollars. That way your buddy can keep paving highways. Okay. And your roads are crap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then all kinds of stuff like that. The Indian reservations, there's some corrupt stuff going on out there.
Well,
that we've been involved in. That is nuts.
New Mexico is corrupt as a whole. Like you take this DWI scandal with APD. You can't convince me that Chief Medina. You can't convince me that he was not part of it or knew about it. There's no way.
So for the audience, what's the you got to give us more information. You got to make, what is the audience?
What's the story behind it?
What's the story behind it?
So I guess lawyers, cops, whatever were, there's lots of different viewpoints on, how it all went down, but basically they were pulling people over and telling them, hey, you got a DUI, but we can get you off if you use this attorney. And the attorney, will make sure that, we don't show up to court, and then the case will get kicked out or whatever. And you just got to, throw in $5,000 or whatever. And, they were raiding cops' houses. Cops were resigning. And New Mexico State Police, Bernalillo County Sheriff's Department, officers, and all three of them have been named as co-conspirators and defendants in this massive DWI scandal that you cannot convince me that Chief Harold Medina was not a part of. That snake knows everything.
Harold Medina seems to be I don't want to get on anyone's bad side, but he seems to be connected. You know what I mean? He seems to know what's going on in a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, he's not really connected anymore. He's unemployed, or
Oh,
maybe
that's
he's
right.
not.
Yeah,
Maybe he found a new job, but he resigned. So
that's right.
yeah,
my bad.
I mean, and they're still arresting cops. They're still, waiting for testimonies and all this other stuff. So I'm, interested to see how many more police officers involved.
What's funny is
get caught.
I was watching the interview for the DA, I guess, is saying I'm going to go
Sam
after
Bregman?
ICE and I'm going to prosecute ICE. Yeah, he's on all the commercials right now. And I'm like, why don't you start going after criminals and stop worrying about the federal government? How about we start playing that game, How about we start locking people up and putting them in jail and keeping them there instead of trying to figure out 15, there's a guy down here in Las Cruces. I was talking to one of the police officers down here. Guy's been arrested like 22 times. He's been charged with 10 felonies. And he's still out on the street because, the DAs won't prosecute for some reason. I've never figured it out.
Look at Victoria Martin's
I don't
mom.
understand.
Look at Victoria's Martin and Fabian Gonzalez. They chopped that little girl up. Victoria Martin's chopped her up, and all that went down. And it's only been 10 years. Mom's already out of prison. Fabian Gonzalez is already out of prison. Like in any other state,
to prison for life for that
Florida
shit.
or something like that. Yeah, life in prison. Like you shouldn't be allowed to walk the streets. You were involved in it, part of it. You knew about it.
My cousin lives in. So my uncle lives out near in DeLand over by Daytona Beach, and my cousin got a DUI, one DUI in Florida. And someone was seriously injured, and they ended up dying in that accident from that DUI. That was almost 20 years ago, and he still doesn't have a driver's license. He lost it for life, and they mean it. Like, life is life. You cannot convince them to give that guy a driver's license. Like, one DUI, and he lost his driver's license. I think if they did that here in New Mexico, we'd have half the cars off the road.
Probably.
Yeah. Traffic would be better.
My buddies, I got some friends, Jeremy and Lauren Waller. They were I can't remember that. I think they were coming back from Raton or something like that. Not Raton, Red River, a couple years ago, and some lady hit them, all of them, and it was all over the news. Lauren and Jeremy both lost a leg in the accident, and the lady who's driving, I think her daughter was killed in the crash. And it's been 10 years and she's still never been charged with anything. Like, I'm like, the thing almost ruined both of their lives.
Well, it did. They lost their leg. That changed their life forever.
Well, they left Albuquerque. They're in Washington now. They're actually doing really good.
So
you need to get a sign for that
there
door.
Was a drunk driver that was
for the door
going to going out west from here, Gallup or Grants, and there was a car accident, and so a life flight was there trying to pick the people up and take them out, and this drunk driver, got annoyed, and so he passed all the cars and went past the state troopers and slammed right into the helicopter.
Here?
What happened?
Yeah, New Mexico, yeah.
I think it was Gallup, on the way to Gallup.
That's crazy.
Yeah, nothing really happened to that guy.
You know what's impressive is I have friends from other states. They say, dude, I just heard this in New Mexico. And they're like, well, you don't sound shocked. I'm like, doesn't surprise me.
So I have someone really close to me that was beat up. Got I think it was a ring or something like that, cut in the face and all that kind of stuff. The police showed up about 2-3 hours later and had a picture of the person. And the two officers are like, so what do you want us to do about it? Like, this is an assault and all this kind of stuff. Like, you know where this person is. And also, Can you, tell us the address? No. Like, well, then we're not going to really do anything about it. We'll give this over to someone to check it out and stuff. And the picture, I blew it up and I said, on the ankle is an ankle monitor. Like, you can find this person. Here's the face. You can find the person. They're like, no. And they drove
we're
away.
good.
I was like, oh my goodness. It's like, where are we? And that person actually went into a gas station about a month or so later and almost killed a lady that was the attendant keeping the person from stealing all the beer and just kicked her and all that kind of stuff. What happened was the ankle monitor was still on and they didn't bother to check or anything for a number of months. But because
Well,
of
it,
that, they decided to lock him up for a little while.
Lock them up forever.
Yeah, this is New Mexico. That doesn't happen.
well, they have a hug a thug thing going here. I just can't understand. You know, yeah, it's like you've been committing crimes since you were 12 years old. You're 45 years old. You know what? You need another chance. Yeah, we'll put this person back out. That's just. And then the governor has the audacity because everyone's really doesn't want SB 17 to go through, which they're going to vote on tomorrow and probably
Which is
pass it.
what? What's SB 17? You have to explain that
SB
for
17 is that one gun law I was talking about earlier,
There we go.
where they're going to ban. Well, I also looked it up. They're going to ban machine guns, gas operated rifles, 50 cals, and they're going to make all the gun stores and all that stuff have to have cameras, and it's ridiculous.
Okay.
And she's sitting there going, we have at least a minimum of one homicide a day every day of the year in New Mexico. And I'm like, maybe stop blaming firearms and started blaming criminals, we would maybe not have a crime problem.
Start cleaning up the crime.
They actually, I was talking to, because I have some, my parents have their friend is running for Secretary of State. And I went to a Republican meeting, and I was talking to some of the state assemblies people and all this stuff that were there. And they proposed, I think, 3 or 4 bills that were specifically aimed at crime. And there's these 2 ladies from Albuquerque that basically got on this one, the Judicial Committee, and they just shoot them down. You can't convince any of them that the crime is bad, and we need to nip this in the bud. Well, if they didn't have guns, they wouldn't have a problem. Well, but if they were in prison,
They
they
couldn't
say
get you the
that
guns.
97% of the crime in Las Cruz, I mean Albuquerque, is committed by criminals. There's not like a new offender. 97% of the crimes are not committed by new offenders.
They're repeat offenders.
Yeah.
You need a 3 strikes.
Yes.
3 strikes and you're outlaw.
Yeah.
We did
Should
that
be
in California,
mandatory.
and then we did that in California.
Yeah,
Gavin Newsom overturned it.
My cousin almost went to prison for life over because of that. He wouldn't stop getting in trouble. He's
Yeah, but
no
Gavin
longer
Newsom,
in trouble.
There we go.
is he alive?
Again, like I said, a long time ago. I don't remember which is the one that passed away and which is the one that was always in trouble. So I don't know if it was
I was gonna say,
Levi or if it was. Yeah, I think he might be the one that passed away.
I was gonna say a lot. There's some guys that I've known from when I was in high school that stopped committing crime because they got killed. So I was just being like, well, maybe
That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think my cousin that passed away, I don't think that he was murdered. I think that he got into a car accident or something. So, but yeah, I mean, that's the 3 strikes that you're outlaw here would mean that many people are going to end up in prison for the rest of their lives because people they just can't stop. It's a golden opportunity for them to do whatever they want to. And, hey, there's, the consequences are, they're going to slap me on the wrist and kick me out. Oh, credit time served, and I'm back out on the streets. You know what I mean?
Credit time
like
served, my ass. They have no cash bail here. So my brother literally got in he went out and committed a crime, an altercation. He was in jail for like 12 hours and they released him on his own recognizance. And that's when I found out they have no cash bail. You have to do some pretty bad.
Yeah, but even at that, I mean, usually it's a cash or surety bond, and even if it's $50,000, if it's only 10%, it's $5,000.
No, or you don't even. Most of the time anymore with the new laws they've implemented under Michelle.
Oh, you're saying you don't even have to put up a cash bill; they just let you out.
Cashless bail, no cash.
Yeah,
you're on your own.
I mean, there are some offenses that you do have to have a bond for, but yeah, most of the small stuff. Car thefts and stuff like that. Yeah, you'll be in jail for long enough to see a judge, and then they'll boot you out with a promise that you're going to come back on a signature. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the same thing they did with all the border patrol, all the people coming in from Mexico. A promise to appear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It works great. Democrats really like the whole. You promise me you're a lifelong criminal. You promise me you'll show up, and we'll believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the only thing, so I have a friend of mine, Ryan. We have another YouTube channel that we work with, CW Guns and Gear. I'm part owner of that. And Walter, the gun guy over there, his son is a cop. And he was said that there was this guy over there, that he arrested 3 times in the same day for the same offense. And he hadn't even filled the paperwork out. And he was already back out in the street. And all he did is he'd go to the same spot in 3 or 4 hours and pick him back up and take him back in because he was still drunk. And they just kept releasing him they lock him up, release him on your own reconnaissance, and they go click him back, put him in bracelets and take him back again.
Yep. Well, welcome to Albuquerque. When you come here for Balloon Fiesta, you may leave lighter than you came.
Yeah.
Trailers and everything else.
Yeah. I believe the correct terminology is welcome to the land of entrapment. If you come on vacation, you will leave on probation.
If you get convicted. Well, unless you're a movie star who likes young boys, then they'll put you in jail and keep you there. Evidently, that's the thing. If you make good news.
Yeah.
What's the other thing?
Zorro Ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Epstein.
Yep. Names, Bill Richards' names came off quite a few buildings.
All the buildings. Yeah. But no, they have that actor there that's been in a lot of, he was like in Breaking Bad and a couple other stuff. He just got locked. He's sitting in NBC waiting for trial because he got convicted of molesting like 5 or 6. Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah. Timothy Busfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. Timothy Busfield.
Yeah. Yeah. My brother-in-law, he works at NBC. So
that
kind of hear some of those.
Must be a tough job.
Are you kidding? That guy, he has a rake and he's just bringing the cash to himself, man. He's just bringing it in.
Yeah, but I'm sure that there's some pretty nasty, awful, sick people at NBC.
Yeah.
I've been there a time or two. It's not a fun place. It's a big, giant concrete
My mom, the NBC actually paid for us to move out here. That's how I moved out to New Mexico. Is NBC paid to help for us to move here.
Damn. My bad.
Taking your own cloud coverage.
Corey's been sitting right next to me. One of those comes out of my mouth. He's all
rolling down the window, and it just sucks right past me.
So my parent, large amounts of my family have been in custody, I guess you would say, prison guards. My dad was a prison
Yeah.
guard. My uncle was a prison guard. My brother-in-law is a prison guard. My mom worked in the corrections, and she was working at Folsom State Prison, and a headhunter from New Mexico came out and talked to her because she's a nurse practitioner, and they offered her a job out here in Albuquerque. And so the county of Bernalillo paid to relocate my parents, and I threw my stuff in with them to get the hell out of California. So the county of Bernalillo paid to move me here.
Right on.
So,
Appreciate that, Bernalillo County.
Appreciate it. She worked there, I think, a year, and it was so horrible out there. She decided that it wasn't worth staying. So
yeah,
she
like
did
I said,
a year.
I've been out there. It's not a fun place. But I was out there as an inmate, not as a person working there.
You must not have done something too bad because you have the right to have firearms.
Now,
it's New
luckily,
Mexico.
luckily, when I got busted for all that stuff in Arizona, one of the conditions of my probation was if I completed everything, the felony would go away and it would just be a misdemeanor. So I completed that with flying colors. I had to do like 300 hours of community service. I had to pay like $5,000 in fines, and I was on probation for 2 years. But I didn't mess up not one time.
Yeah, I was on probation for a while too. Never been to jail.
Yeah.
I've been in
I got
jail
in Arizona. The jail that I was at in Arizona, in Payson, Arizona, in Gila County, was a jail from the 50s. Like it had the sliding bars. Yeah. It was the
Folger Adams keys. Yeah. The big keys. Those big Folger Adams keys. Yeah.
I was one in Texas, south of Dallas, north of Houston. I can't remember the name of it is, but it's all outdoors and out in the swamplands ish. And I was learning, different things that you do as a pastor, chaplain, and all that kind of stuff. And the thing came up, hey, why don't you try this prison ministry? Yeah, that was. I was like, I want to be straight. I don't want to go to prison. This whole grinding lock behind you, they stare at you, and then they ungrind the other side and stuff, and it takes a while. And I'm like, I'm good.
Well, I got charged. So that Desert Eagle there, right? I got charged with a misdemeanor for shooting myself in the leg. California, because you can't have, you're not allowed to transport loaded firearms. And when I shot myself in the leg, California thought it was reasonable that I should have stopped and unloaded my gun and secured it safely in the trunk before going to the hospital.
Yeah.
So I got charged. I got charged with misdemeanor transportation of a loaded firearm. California, which New Mexico doesn't even recognize as a crime.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Hey, stay out of jail. Find a reason. Whatever it is, find a reason.
My reason is you, Corey.
Yeah, most people are. I am the reason. Yes.
This is definitely a different pace conversation than we've done in the past. It's been interesting. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to have guys to just sit around and bullshit with. It's been kind of cool. So
it's the dream.
I appreciate you coming on, Paul. That's been fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully, what do you think? You want to come back or something?
Yeah. I've been talking to Corey about doing a podcast nonstop for the last 3 weeks. So, yeah, I like it. As long as my friends can watch, I'll get you some followers.
There you go.
You should have one more because I just followed you.
Yeah, we're at 700. I just saw that jump up.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you're numbered 700 or 007. Nice. Yeah, something like that. But anyways, so nice. Guys, if you got this far, we really appreciate it. And if you like the content that we're doing, we do have a Patreon. The link to the Patreon will be in the description. Paul has a Facebook, right? You have a Facebook page for your race car team?
Yes, Warlord Racing.
Warlord Racing. So that description.
Warlord, yeah. Warlord Racing.
We'll put that,
and you
we'll
can
get
follow
that from you and put it in there.
Yeah, there's the link.
Yeah, I got the link. And then you can follow my media page also. It's Buc-ee's Media Works. That's with a Z. Buc-ee's Media Works on Facebook.
Cool.
You really like Buc-ee's, man. You're not even kidding.
No, so interestingly enough, the reason why people call me Buc-ee is my nephew came up to me when he was like 3 years old and just started calling me Uncle Buc-ee. And I don't know why. And then I asked him one day, and he was like, have you ever seen Jake and the Neverland Pirates? And I was like, no. And he's like, well, the pirate ship's name is Buc-ee. And I was like, so I remind you of a pirate ship? And like, hey, that's what all of my nieces and nephews call me. Buc-ee.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just stuck. I always wanted a nickname, and now I have one. I feel special.
So what you're saying is you're Uncle Buck. So. Okay.
Uncle Buc-ee. Yeah. Uncle not Buc-ee. Buck. No, I don't like that. I mean, I wish I had a car that backfired like that. Bang!
Yeah.
That was a great movie, too. Yeah, John Candy. Love it.
Yeah.
Uncle Buck.
Well, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
So anyways, I like Paul. Paul, you were fun to talk to. We'll have you come back on.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
This is definitely, it's nice to have a conversation that's not so conspiratorial. There you go.
Maybe we can get Big Paul on here, Corey.
Yeah.
That would be cool for you guys to have Big Paul. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
big.
small Paul. He's Big Paul. Yeah. Paul's like 6'5", 220.
Is his last name Bunyan?
He's a big guy.
Nope.
No, his last name is Vineyard. Okay. Paul Vineyard. I've known him almost my entire life. We met when we were like 8 years old. We've been best friends ever since.
Well, that's cool. We'll have to have. It sounds like sounds like Paul's already bringing more people on. This will be cool. It'll be. What we're trying to go for here is expand to get a fun crowd. The thing that so the audience understands is like a lot of my channel is comprised of car videos and gun videos. So we have a crowd that likes that. So I'm trying to get a crossover so they'll come to the podcast. And
I have lots of followers and car videos, not so much gun videos, but I have a lot of car videos. A lot.
Rock and roll. So if you want to see some cool car videos from Paul, the link will be in the description for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then go follow him.
Yeah. You guys
follow me.
Go follow Paul.
Yeah. Because that Warlord, is expensive. Yeah.
It is.
He
very
needs,
expensive.
They need more money. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can have more fun.
We send us money so we can buy things.
There you go.
So, Paul, I wanted to tell you, thank you very much for coming on with us tonight. You've been very interesting to talk to. I've had a good time talking with you. And normally only Corey's the good time guy, so it's been nice.
Well, like I said, me and Corey have been spending a lot of time recently. Like he comes with me every weekend to go work on the race cars and stuff. And unfortunately, now he's part of our racing team. Yeah, next to Big Car, Nitro Funny Cars. Yeah, we'll do some cool stuff.
Yeah, so we'll have some. We'll start. We'll put some pictures up of what you're doing to help promote your stuff too.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Awesome. Yeah, like I said, my buddy Paul's a big social media guy. He does social media for a couple of race car teams. So, like I said, he's all about networking and likes to get seen. So, for all you guys out there, make sure you follow this guy.
Yeah.
Corey, you have a good night.
You
Cody,
too.
you also have a good night.
Just stand by. Just hang on 1 second. We're going to end this and then give us 1 second. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Here we go.